Hey guys, Matt Allen here. Welcome back to Tactical Bassin. Today we are headed out on the water. The Buyer's Guide series was a blast. We enjoy it. We know you guys love it, but it is time to go fishing. It is 19 degrees here this morning. We are doing some serious winter bass fishing. Come along, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. The goal today is just to catch some fish. I think we're gonna catch some good ones. It's freezing cold. It's not really even going to warm up today. Our high is going to be in the low 40s at best. But I still came out with some power fishing baits as well as some finesse baits. So on the finesse side, we've got tiny swim bait, a spark shad. We've got 3 different kinds of jigs: micro jig, football jig, a tactical crank for speed cranking, a glide bait, an A-rig, a bigger paddle tail, a bass tricks, and a jerk bait. We're gonna go out here and just try and catch some fish. We talk a lot about how even when the water's freezing cold, even in the middle of winter, you can get these fish to react. Hopefully that will be true today. If not, we'll be slow dragging down there on the bottom. Either way, it's gonna be fun. Let's get to fishing. There he is. There he is. Awesome. Freezing cold. Look, I got ice in all my guides. But there's a nice smallmouth throwing an 8-to-1 reel with the tactical crank. Hey, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. 19 degrees out here, ice on everything, and you can't turn that handle fast enough. Burn, 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 pause. Burn, 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 pause. Burn, pause, donk. There he is. It works. It works for largemouth, spotted bass. It works for smallmouth. Such a fun way to catch them on a freezing cold morning. The guides are freezing up so bad it's hard to reel. The line's catching. Got him. Another good one. Beautiful fish. It's awesome. Man, I love doing this. Little guy. Whoa. Little guy, but he is sure fat. Jeez. He ate a spark shad on a guppy head. I hit 2 or 3 spots without another bite, so I decided to slow down, fish a little deeper. Basically what I'm doing is I'm fishing places where these fish can feed without having to travel. So I'm looking for spots like, you know, ends of long tapering points where it starts to roll off. They'll sit right there because they can feed on top and they can sit comfortably on the side near the deep water. Steep points, anywhere where arms come together, like mouths of big creek arms, steep points. You know, the dam would obviously be a good spot if you're on a reservoir. But I'm fishing these really likely places, and then you're just playing the depth game. You know, those first few fish were in like, I don't know, 17 to 20 foot of water. I called them up off the bottom with the crankbait. And then that fish there was in about 22 foot. So if the fish are up shallow, I'm gonna crank them. But if they're not where I can get with the crank, I mean, that's the limitation of the crankbait. If I can't reach the fish, then I need to drop down with either a jig or a little swim bait or an A-rig or something else. But that's the gist of what I'm doing. Ooh, missed it. Oh, missed him. Got him. Awesome. Nice one. He went for that micro football. It's a 1/2 ounce little Kitech tungsten jig with a Demiki air craw on the back of it. Oh, he came off. Darn it. Oh, that one was on a blade bait. It's a Demiki Volt. I don't like losing fish anytime. I really don't like them when my hands are numb. It's cold today. I'm sure it looks cold from your position, but it is colder than it looks. I am freezing. I hate to miss a fish when you're working for them, you know, but let's get another one. Well, that's a pretty perch right there. .2.8 Kitech, but what a pretty fish. I love catching those guys. Got him. Nice smallmouth. Good fish. Throwing that tiny little micro jig again. Awesome. I welcome anybody that wants to bite on a cold day. There he is. There he is. Nice. That is a really cool fish because the bite is completely and utterly shut down. Since this cold wind got in here, I can't get bit on a swim bait, an A-rig, a blade bait, a jig, a Ned rig, a drop shot. I mean, it is over. You cannot get bit. But that speed crank can get those fish to react, that core feed response, even when they're not in the mood to eat. And it's amazing every time it happens. I love it. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. I hope you enjoyed coming along out on the water. It has been a little while. Those buyer's guides take a huge chunk of time, but we know how important they are for people, so we do them every year. But again, it is good to get back out here with you. It was a freezing cold day. I'm looking forward to getting in the truck and cranking up the heat, but that cold weather did not stop these fish from eating. It's amazing the way they eat that crankbait. And in the video description, I'll link, just like every video, all the baits, the gear, the exact colors. You know, that was the crankbait's the Tactical DD. That's Tim and I's crankbait. We designed that. And then catching them on the little jig with that air craw trailer. What else? One on the spark shad and then lost one on the blade bait. Just typical winter stuff, except for that 8-to-1 burning speed cranking that is just so much fun. If you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk to you soon.